Create external table as a setup to cities. It is a really powerful command. I'm not sure if everybody's familiar with that. It is really common on Synapse, and it is the first time on SQL Server On-Prem that we have that. CETA basically does four things at once. It allows us to access any data that SQL can access to. So that data can be local, your own tables, or remote. It can be other database servers. It can be other endpoints. You can access that data. You can convert and transform that data into any of the file supports that we have right now. You can export the data, again, to any of the endpoints that we support. And on top of it all, we create an external table point to that data. I know it's a lot of things to understand in a single slide, but the overall idea is that you grab a data, you transform that data, you export it out, and you create an external table on top of that. This way, your application, your business needs won't even know necessarily what's going underneath. SQL will be transparent and will handle all that data transformation for you using plain SQL Server. You don't need another subscription. You don't need another ETL tool. You don't need another service to do those things. And most important than all, you just use SQL for those things. And what we are seeing the customer use with Cities is really astonishing. We see customer creating entire data tier solutions, kind of offloading read-only data out of SQL into Parquet files, into data lake, and create virtual tables, external tables on top of that exported data. This way, keeping SQL lightweight and accessing read-only data only when needed. We are seeing people creating, doing a lot of analytics processing and putting that output as a Parquet file into another place. So you have your reporting tools, your business tools, your marketing tools, leveraging that Parquet file that you've just exported. This way, you don't need to run analytical screen inside SQL. If you don't want to, you can outsource that kind of query, that workload into your S3 or your Azure Blob Storage or any other endpoint that you have. So we are seeing a lot of cool things, and a lot of new tools, new applications be created based on Cities itself. It is a really powerful functionality we are bringing to the table of SQL Server 2022. And the major use case we have that is to make sure SQL Server can natively connect and interact with data lakes, right? We, as I mentioned before, pretty much every customer out there are relying on data lakes for their business needs.